Hello, I'm Roman Rodriguez, and this is my interview with.
Emilio Borrego.
We are discussing social media and the negative effects it has on people's mental health. I would like to ask you first off, what is your screen time and how often do you use social media?
Social media, nightly,
Likely. How would you say it has affected your productivity?
productivity.
Hmm.
I think it increased it, right? Because you can consider YouTube social media, and there's a lot of people placing their knowledge on YouTube for the views, and I use YouTube to learn how to 3D print, how to 3D model, and also how to paint models. I also use YouTube to learn recipes to cook and stuff like that. So um, and that's nightly, right? So I think there's a positive to it, but there's also a negative to it, right? Because people put their best face forward on social media, especially like on Instagram and TikTok or whatever. And when you're viewing it, you tend to compare your life to theirs, your background to theirs, and you see, comparison is the thief of joy. So I think, but you can combat that if you realize that, or say to yourself that not everything on social media or Instagram, those Instagrammable moments, are not true, right? It's a facade, it's a mirage for some of it.
Thank you. My next question is, do you believe social media consumption can become an addiction?
Definitely, especially when you're um, you call it uh, doom scrolling. That's probably like the peak of it. When you're in the middle of it, and next thing you know, you've been scrolling social media for 3, 4 hours,
Hmm.
sharing reels with your friends, and it's probably not very healthy. And it's just a quick click, and it feeds whatever your mind is desiring at the
And How have you seen social media affect your peers around you that are around your age and those that are younger than you?
time. My peers. So I have a friends group, and I see one lady constantly sending reel after reel after reel, and you look at your phone and you got like you know 20 missed messages, and it's just reel after reel. So she's in a doom scroll spiral, and it's just sharing, sharing, sharing. So that's probably not healthy, and I look at that and try to not to do that. Um, those younger than me, I'm Gen X, so I'm from a different generation. You know, this technology was introduced later in my life. My sons, this technology they were born with, so they know how to handle it. They're adapted to it, I think, better than I am, and I think they can handle it better than I am. Probably have better insights about social media better than I do.
My final question is, have you noticed a noticeable difference in mental health from your generation compared to your, let's say, your son's generation? And do you think that could be attributed to social media consumption?
Uh, Je- uh, it's twofold. Like I said, you tend to compare yourself from what you see on social media to your life, and if you think that you're not making it at least to there, you think or everybody else is but not you, then it's gonna definitely lead to worse mental health. But I think because of social media, mental health has become more prevalent in society, and at least in the U.S. society. And like I said, people are sharing things on social media, and mental health is one of them. So I think it's twofold. Number one, it's contributing to the need for mental health services, and it's also highlighting that mental health services are completely normal and available
Okay.
to people.
All right. Well, those are all the questions I have for you today. Can you state your name one more time?
Emilio Borrego.
All right, rolling. All right, introduce yourself.
Ryan Borrego.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Wait, by the way, he has to take his stuff up.
State your name, please.
My name is Ryan Borrego.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I go to UTSA and I major in CS, that's computer science.
How has social media affected your mental health?
I would say like my early like formative years, it has affected me like a good amount. Like it gave me a different perspective. Like how people say like social media shows like good things all the time. Like some one person's like greatest thing that has happened to them, right? And it's like a bunches of them, right? Like other people are having those great moments, and you think like, why am I not having that, right? And you tend to compare yourself to that. That has affected me when I was younger. I would think like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? But but I've grown from that. I've come to realize like people are posting their best part of their life, right? That's not their whole life.
Hmm. My next question is, what are some things you would suggest to help with social media addiction?
Believe it or not, just Google it. I mean, there are like certain scientific studies that have come out. Like, there's people who turn their phone monochrome, so they're not like on their phone as much. Like my phone, if you like turn it on, it's just black and white. Like I mean, like pictures are not, but like the home screen and whatnot, so it like desensitizes me. Like the brain thinks of colors as and it like connects dots. So when it sees that, it thinks about like like happy dopamine feelings. So like that's one scientific study that says like that's how it reduces like hourly phone fuck. Hourly phone.
My final question is, how do you think social media has affected your social interaction?
Basically worsened it by a lot. Since COVID has happened, most people were only interacting through Instagram, Snapchat, whatever be the case, Discord, right? But nowadays people have to meet face to face. Companies are asking people to come back. People don't use Slack channels or nothing like that. So, it has worsened it. It has maybe like build better like community because people don't have to see each other to talk to each other anymore. But that doesn't relatively mean that it's better.
All right, state your name.
Ryan Borrego.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a student at UTSA. I'm also not minoring. Fuck. Return.
Nah. All right. My first question is, what is the screen time?
Last night.
I'm gonna kill you. My third question is, how has social media affected your mental health?
Bryce hung me. I got lynched on Texas streets. You saw that on social media. Rod wave and RP.
Oh, okay, wait.